Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. I'm Heba. So this video is essentially going to be about my Uber Eats delivery experience. So I just started being a driver for Uber Eats. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially Uber where people have like an app on their phone and they'll kind of see who's close by and who can get them to their destinations. They'll kind of like hail a driver, like press on there, and you can kind of see the description of the driver, what they look like, whatever, and then you can kind of track like how far away they are and like when they'll arrive to you. They pick you up and then they drop you off at your destination. And it's really nice in a city like this because it's a lot cheaper than a taxi. It's more convenient than a bus because buses take a long time to get where you need to go. And then you can kind of like see the description of your driver, and it's just easier that way. So essentially what Uber Eats is that you're working with restaurants and different companies and picking up food from them and then delivering it to people like straight at their door. And the crazy thing is I did like maybe like 3 or 4 McDonald's deliveries, and I think like how awesome that is that we're in a time that you can get fast food delivered to your apartment. I mean, it's already fast, like you can go through a drive-through, whatever. It's very quick food, but even like they made it even more convenient by having it delivered to your house. So I think like one of the craziest things that I delivered was definitely the bubble tea. That was like I think my second delivery that I did, and I had like 3 things of bubble tea, and I just delivered it like straight to this girl's apartment. She was in her pajamas and everything, and I thought that was the coolest thing, that like you can literally be lounging at home and being like, I want some bubble tea, and like that's it, and you can get it delivered to your house. So I'm just gonna go through and just talk to you guys about my experiences, and because my life is a series of unfortunate events, there was a drama that happened, of course, because you know, what's Hiba's life without a little drama? So first I'm going to start off with the positive, the perks of being an Uber Eats driver. So the main thing that I really like is the flexibility and just kind of being able to be on your own schedule. And I'm going to put a link below so you guys can kind of go to their website and see, you know, what it's all about. I'm kind of rambling on and just kind of talking about my own personal experience. Everyone has their own experience with driving and whatnot. But what I really like is like the flexibility. So I can turn on the app and it'll say like I'm online, so then people can find me, they can hail me down, and then I will get a little alert and I accept it, and then I go to the location. Let's say that someone wants me to deliver something from McDonald's to their apartment. I'll get a little notification and it'll tell me the directions to McDonald's and then the directions from McDonald's to their apartment. And then right after that, you like kind of give it a thumbs up if the delivery went well. You accept it, and then you like finish your delivery, and then that's like when the money rolls into your app. And it's really nice because like whenever you feel like, oh hey, I don't feel like delivering anymore, you can just press offline and it'll just turn off your app, and then you won't be discovered anymore. And it's really nice because it kind of keeps track of everything on the app, and so it's all like electronic. You don't have to deal with like paperwork and all this crazy stuff, and it's direct deposit. So once you want to cash out for that week, you can just press cash out and it'll send it straight into your bank account. A second thing that I like so far is that the restaurants, like when I go there, they know exactly like what's happening. It's not just like, oh, Uber Eats, like, you know, what's this? Like, even though they have the advertisement there and they should be prepared, I was like kind of worried about that, like where I'd get there and they wouldn't even like know what's going on or mix up the orders or whatever. But so far, you know, the companies have been very good with it. Like they're like, oh yeah, here's our Uber Eats. They'll put the little like sticker on the bag and kind of give you this like grocery size bag with everyone's food items. They have the receipt of the person's name who ordered it, and they'll be like, okay, here it is, and then, you know, you continue on. And it's just really nice like how organized and how easily it's flowed. So far, I literally just pull up on the side of the road at the restaurant that I need to be at, and then I just like quickly go. And also like the people who are actually accepting the food too have been very quick about it. I haven't had to wait around for people too, which is really nice. Like I just like how easily it's been going right now, and I don't know what the future holds, how it's gonna be, but so far it's really, really nice. So another perk is that they have bonuses, like if you kind of complete a certain amount of trips, or yeah, it's kind of a certain amount of trips or whatever bonus that they have for that day, they give you extra money. So for me, in the first week of being activated, I did 11 trips, I want to say, and so they gave me a $100 bonus, which is really nice because it's like they kind of give you like a reward for doing more work, which kind of like also pushes you and gives you more incentive to do more deliveries as well. Lastly, what I've noticed is that there's also like zones they kind of create. Like if I look at the map, it'll tell you like where the highest like points that you can get. Like sometimes the fare will be like 2 times the amount that you regularly get, and also it's like at certain peak times they'll tell you like from 6 to 9 is a high time that people will be ordering deliveries, or from like 11 to like 1 o'clock because that's lunchtime. So it's kind of gives you a little alert like, oh hey, maybe you should go out at this time or like in this area because you'll get more money and more deliveries too, so you're not just waiting around for it. Like it'll be like one delivery after another. And the nice thing is with yesterday, me and Val went around because he wanted to kind of see what it was like, and I went to I think it was like a deli, and the nice thing is it ended up being 2 deliveries from the same location, which is very nice when that happens, because you can pick up 2 different people's deliveries and then like grab those orders and then go to 2 different like destinations, which was like really nice, as long as you don't mix up the orders, because that would be messed up for the people. But it was really nice. Like literally someone got like a cheesesteak, and like other person got like a sandwich and like a Red Bull or whatever, and just like being able to like give people like their food right at their door is really nice. And like you can literally order anything from chips to McDonald's to like Wingstop. And for me, the insane thing is that I've been doing this since I've been fasting, and it is so hard. Like I'm not gonna lie, like especially with McDonald's fries, like I don't really like fast food, it kind of makes me sick, but that is definitely my weakness. And just having my car smell like fries was so hard while fasting, but it also like made me feel like I was doing something good with my day, like, you know, making people happy and bringing their food straight to their doors, because obviously some people don't have cars or like don't have time to cook or whatever. So it's definitely a really nice and convenient thing, and I'm really happy that I can be a part of it. I'd say definitely the disadvantage is not knowing how much you're going to be paid. It's kind of like based off of like mileage, and then also like distance and whatnot too. I haven't really been able to figure out like clearly how much you get paid per trip. And then the nice thing is some people will actually tip you as well, and for me that's usually standard with delivery. Like if someone's going to deliver something to me, I'll give them a tip, but that's not how everyone is, so I'm not really sure like how that gets calculated in. So that's something that's been a little bit confusing to me. Sometimes it'll be like $3 a delivery or like $5 a delivery or whatever, and so it ranges, and so it's like you don't really know. But I guess they make up for it in terms of like those bonuses that I was telling you guys about, how sometimes each trip will be like double the usual amount, or they'll give you like $100 bonus or whatever it is for that week. And so that's probably what they make up for it for, but I think that's like the disadvantage, where it's like I don't know how much you really get paid per delivery. So yeah, that's pretty much like overall like my experience. I've only delivered for like 3 or 4 days, and it's been overall pretty good. And I was kind of scared of like what kind of person was gonna be there when I like brought the food to them. So far it hasn't really been sketch or anything like that. Like that's the one thing that scares me about Uber, especially because there's so many like story time like Uber things or whatever about people and their crazy experiences, but it's usually from like the like rider's perspective and not the driver's. So it's interesting for me to kind of be on the driver end of it, even though it's not delivering people but delivering food, and you're still interacting with people at the end of the day. So it's like I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with that the more I work with them. But yeah, so far it's been pretty good, so I have nothing to really complain about. The only thing that really like confuses me is like the fares, or like how much money that you make per delivery. So now let's get into the story time part of this. So as I said, I didn't really like deal with any crazy customers, or like the like deliveries went really smoothly and all that whatever, but it was something that happened to me during those deliveries that I'm just like, that literally would only happen to me. So anyway, so it pretty much started off like this was Monday, or actually Sunday night. My birthday actually is Monday. I'll be showing you guys that vlog video probably tomorrow or Friday, hopefully before Eid, and of like kind of my birthday adventures for the week and whatnot. So I turned 26 on the 19th, and I was doing deliveries on Sunday evening. Val was working. He was working until 3, I want to say, and I was just kind of out, or 2 o'clock I want to say, and I was out doing deliveries all day because I'm not working yet, and I was like, you know, why not just do some today? And I was fasting, so I was just sitting around the house, and so I was like, I should just go out and do more deliveries and not just sit around. So everything was pretty much going well. I went to McDonald's, I went to Wingstop, can't even remember what else, like just a couple of other like kind of quick food restaurants. And it was getting kind of closer to the evening. It was about 12:30, I think, and like throughout that evening, like I was starting to get sick. Like I had gone home at 8:15ish to kind of prepare iftar and to eat something and then pray, and then I was gonna go back out again. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like I ate, I even brought a bottle of water around me in the car, and I was like, it's fine, like I can continue, especially now that I'm not fasting. I'll have enough energy to continue my deliveries. But as I was driving around, my headache started to get worse and worse, and I just thought, like, I always complain about migraines a lot, and so I just thought it was like another day where I could just like take some medicine and I'll be fine. It's whatever. But I kept getting like really like sharp pain in my eyes, my head started pounding, I started to get nauseous, and I was like, oh, you know, whatever, it's just from the fast. And like that was one of the few moments where I didn't actually like listen to my body. Usually I'll be like, sorry guys, I'm gonna go lie down and take some medicine, whatever. But I was like really excited about like the bonuses and just like driving and delivering food to people, that I was like, whatever, I'll push through it. But honestly, I really should have listened to my body. So what happened next was that I was doing my last 2 deliveries, and they were all kind of like in the same like mile radius of like where I live. So it wasn't like something very far away or whatever. Like we live on 60th, and these were like down on like 52nd or like 50th or something like that down there. And it wasn't like far away, so I was like, it's not a big deal. Like I feel a little sick, I can just turn off my Uber app and then just go home. And that's what essentially I was trying to do. And I was like, I have 2 deliveries, so I'll just take one and then take the other and head back. So after the first one, I dropped it off, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling kind of sick, but I can do one more. It's not a big deal. Like one more is not gonna kill me. But literally I took that last one and I was dropping off the guy, and like it was kind of this like really like shady street that I was driving by. There was like kind of like construction things on one side and then like a bunch of apartments. And the guy came out and he was like, okay, thanks. And I was like, okay, bye. And I kind of like gave it to him, and like my stomach literally started like what's the word for it? Like lurching or whatever, you know, I don't know what the word is, but kind of like turning, like that feeling you feel like you're gonna throw up. And I was like, you know, when you get migraines, if you guys get migraines, you know that you get nauseous and you kind of feel kind of like an upset stomach or whatever. And I was like, that's normal, but I usually don't actually end up throwing up. It's just like a feeling that I get. I think this time, because it was like a mix of fasting all day, you know, 17 hours, eating like a pasta salad and just water or whatever, like maybe my body didn't have enough nutrients, and so like I was just starting to get sicker and more and more sick as the night was going on, and I wasn't really aware of it. And so after I had made that last delivery, it was probably like 12:30 a.m. and as I was saying, I was gonna pick up Val at 2. He was done with work, and so I was like, you know, I can just go home, take medicine, lie down. But as I was driving, like I was literally going from like block to block, like 50th, 52nd, whatever, and like going, and I was telling you I was getting down to 60th Street where we live. My like stomach was literally like, I felt like someone was like punching it from the inside, and it was like, let me out kind of thing. And it was just like, it started to like creep up my throat. And I know it sounds so nasty, but like honestly, I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I like grabbed the napkin and I just started spitting into it, because I was like, you know, I just started getting that like nasty like metallic taste in your mouth that you feel like before you're gonna puke. And so I was just like, no, please. Like I kept telling myself, I was like, don't throw up, you're almost home, just 5 blocks away, you're gonna be fine, whatever. And I was like, and I can laugh about it now because it's like, I really did not think that it was going to happen. Like I was just telling myself that like, I'm just being dramatic, like I'll be fine, like I'll drink some water, whatever. And I was getting like driving, and I was getting probably like 5 blocks away from 60th Street, and I just could not keep it in any longer. And I had to like cover my mouth. Like imagine this scene, I'm driving the car, whatever, and I kind of drive like a crossover, so it's like bigger than a sedan but smaller than a SUV. And I'm driving, and I literally had to like put my hand over, like it just like came out and I couldn't even hold it in anymore, and my mouth was literally like this over, and I was just like, you know, like that kind of like whatever. And I just thought it was gonna be like that like dry heave that you have, but no, literally my hand just ended up being covered in puke. So I had to jump out of the car. I literally like pulled my car over to the side of the road, like right after like a traffic light. And like imagine this is 12:30 a.m. so the streets are like almost completely empty. Like this is Jersey, like it's not the actual like New York City or whatever, even though we live like really close by it. And so people are gonna go home, they're gonna go sleep, like businesses are starting to close down, whatever. And so imagine me in my black car, pulled over to the side of the road, my mouth is covered, I just put my car in park, don't even turn it off, jump out, onto the sidewalk and just like start puking everywhere. And like I said, I ate a pasta salad and I had like cabbage and all this other like vegetables and whatever. So literally my throw up was purple, like the color of this tapestry behind me. It was so gross. Like I couldn't even like, what's it called, like look at it. Like I was like, this is so nasty. Like I don't understand like what's happening to my body. My hand was covered, like my clothes had some on it as well. And then little did I know that I was in front of a restaurant. I know, like that's just like the worst situation. Like I was in front of a restaurant that was actually open at that time, and all of a sudden I hear this like little voice of this boy that comes by, like probably like around my brother's age, 12, 13. He was like, "Sister, are you okay?" Sitting there like with my hand like, no, I'm not okay. Like, and he had like a bottle of water in his hand, and he was like, "Oh, come inside, clean up, whatever." And I go inside and it's like this really nice like Middle Eastern restaurant, and I later find out the guy is from Dubai, and so he has a lot of like nice artwork that has like different like the scenery in Dubai, and just like a really nice restaurant. You can tell that he really put effort into it. And I felt so bad because they had just mopped their floors. It was kind of getting to the end of the night and they were closing up, and he's like, "No, it's fine, come in, whatever, like use our bathroom." So I literally like washed up and I noticed like puke all over my like outfit, and my hands were just gross, and I like literally like scrubbed them because the smell is just repulsive. And he's like, "Just sit down, whatever, like I can even take you home if you need me to do that." And I was like, "No, I gotta go pick up my husband, whatever." And he's like, "No, it's fine, just rest." And he's like, "We can even make you some food too." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, whatever, like it's okay." And like they were willing to go back into their kitchen and like make food for me, just specifically for me. And then his son came back out with milk, and like this was a bad idea. No, like I'm lactose intolerant, so drinking milk like really messes with me. And even though like I love like ice cream and cheese and all that kind of stuff, being from Wisconsin, like that's our life. And I was like, and I'm the kind of person that's really hard for me to say no, and so like I didn't want to be rude. They already brought me in, like I puked in front of their place, like they let me use their bathroom and everything, give me water. And so I was like, I like didn't know how to refuse, like I can't have milk. And the little boy was like, "Is this okay?" And I was like, "Yeah," like and like the worst thing you can do is drink dairy after throwing up, like regardless of you're lactose intolerant or not. But he poured me like a big cup of milk, like probably like this big of milk, and I drank it like slowly, and I was like, "Oh god, like this is definitely gonna make me throw up." And it did. I had to run back into their bathroom and puke. And at that point I was like, this is just so embarrassing, like I need to leave this place, find a way. So I just took like a bunch of deep breaths. I just like put the cold water that he had given me on my head. I drank a lot of it, and I was like, "No, it's okay, like I'm gonna drive home. I live on 60th. It's not very far away at all, just a couple blocks down, and I'll be fine. I'm gonna go home, take medicine, lie down." And the guy like just kept insisting like, "Oh, I'll drive you home, like whatever, you can just leave your car here." And I'm like, "No, it's okay, don't worry about it." And I literally had to like keep insisting over and over again, like, "I'm just gonna leave, it's okay, like whatever." And he's like, "Do you want me to," then it was like, "Do you want me to follow you home, like to make sure that you arrive safely, like can you drive?" And I just like felt so bad. But it was like also like legit a Ramadan blessing. Like what are the chances that like on that entire like long road that I would stop in front of like a restaurant, a Muslim restaurant, it was a halal restaurant too, and it was just like amazing that they were so nice and like brought me in and like took care of me. And then luckily eventually I was able to get home. I lied down for a little bit, and then I went to go pick up Val. So yesterday we actually decided like, let's go back to this restaurant. Like it was his day off, and so me and Val decided to go and eat iftar outside the house, but we were just gonna pick it up and bring it back and eat it at home. But we didn't feel like cooking, so we decided, let's go to this restaurant. And of course the guy recognized me, and he was like, "How are you?" whatever and stuff like that, and he hooked it up. Like it was amazing. I'm gonna post a picture like somewhere in this video so you guys can see the food. It was so good. Like it was like halal, so you didn't have to like worry about what the food was in it. Lots of good meat and rice and just like amazing food. So I was so grateful that I could go back and kind of give back to him for taking care of me when I got sick, and just kind of giving back to his business as well too. And just like even from this, like this is their little advertisement, Al Amira, and they have like, you can tell by the food, like this is amazing food. So if you live in the Jersey area, go check them out. They're West New York, New Jersey. The address is John F. Kennedy Boulevard, 5122. Very good. I think they just recently opened. Looks like a very like brand new place. The guy is really nice guy. very helpful, very kind, and the food is amazing. So that's my little Uber Eats adventure, my little drama story that happened to me. A way to start off my birthday, and as I was telling you guys, which I totally completely forgot to mention, that was 12:30 a.m. Monday, aka my 26th birthday, so June 19th. So that was how I started off my birthday, which is, you know, great and normal for Heba Saeed to have that kind of drama happen to her. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe, make sure to follow me on Instagram and all my other social media, Snapchat, whatever. I'll put the descriptions below. So yeah, have a good day. Hope your guys' Ramadan is going well if you're celebrating, and it's almost Eid, so happy early Eid blessing to you guys all, and hope you guys have a good day. Bye.